Well, guys, it is in fact 2025. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick rundown of what I got collected up here in my junk pile. And the things that I didn't crush, maybe I will crush. We'll leave it up to the air. We don't know. We'll see. There are several vehicles in this fleet that you guys are familiar with, but there's a few more projects on the horizon. By the horizon, I mean, 2026, maybe. Yeah. This is 2025's State of the Fleet for the Empire of Rust. There is the 71 Plymouth Satellite wagon. That there is under numerous repairs right now. But, it's a peach. A lot of you guys don't know about this car yet, but I've got some plans for it. But the current goal at this very moment is to get it running and take it to the Southern Plains Mopar Festival. If I can make that, perhaps I will drive this to Florida for our vacation. Now there's the wrecker. As you guys all know, she's pretty much the queen of the fleet. The one vehicle that has done the most in my collection. And clearly the most valuable vehicle in the collection, just because of its inherent towing capabilities. There is a video coming up that will explain what's going on, because as you can see, it's on jack stands right now. And I've had some very interesting damage on this thing. But it's really close. It's really, really close. I'm not going to show you, because I'll show you in the video. That video is almost done, as is the wrecker, and then it'll be on the road, and I can drive it again as much as I like. That is a 1978 Dodge W150. I believe is what it is. I'm not 100%. Not an expert in the Dodge trucks. I'm sure that if Jamie at Dead Dodge Garage sees this, he'll correct me. Beautiful truck. This is not a real Little Red Express. The real Little Red Express was in fact a two-wheel drive truck. This is a full-time four-wheel drive. There's a little bit of work to be done. Everything's very dirty in my shop, by the way, so yes. All right there we have a 65 Chrysler. It is a beautiful car. As long as you don't look at the wheels, like, this thing's fantastic. This thing sat for so long, that front wheel there has rotted off on that edge. But it's a very nice car. I have Chrysler New Yorker. It's in pretty fair shape considering. Still working on getting the doors open. This is another project that I'm working on for someone else. Not sure how much more I'm going to do for a video on it, but we are working on it. Not done yet. Another member of the fleet that you guys haven't seen much of. There's a 1957 Cadillac. Look at the thing. It looks phenomenal. Now, I'm not going to show you too much, but look at this. Got a nice air cleaner in the back. Very good looking. It's missing a little bit of trim here and there, but that trim is in fact in the trunk. I'm gonna have to find some bumper pieces. These outers look atrocious. You can't really see it very well on this one, but the inside, that one's in terrible shape. And hopefully that's gonna end up getting a LS. Why? Why not? First things first, though, I'm going to get this thing running with the, I believe it's a 365 in that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my best to remove the 365 and install an LS. Right there, you have my 1969 El Camino sitting on flat tires. See? They're very flat. The front, too. There is a video coming up with this. This is actually a small part of a dream project I'm working on. But yeah, it's beautiful looking. Look at that. There's no rust on it anywhere. Just immaculate. I've never seen one cleaner. Yeah, the door doesn't want to open. I have a little project I'm eventually going to get put together. So, at the moment, this project, I still require a few more cars. But all Chevy 69 cars I want. Not including all GM, just Chevy. There's a small project that you guys are all familiar with. The old ambulance. It is still sitting there, and not a thing has happened to it. Now, I did hint that it could go to the No Name Nationals in the last video. That might not happen. With this, I might have found one that I'd rather have. And yeah, this one, I might put this in someone else's fleet. I've got a guy that could potentially buy it. We'll see. But either way, I'm not sure how much more I'm going to do with this particular ambulance, but the other one is like, it's super, super retro. And it is super freaking cool. I love it. Now, will I buy it? We'll see. But you guys will be the first to know, I promise. The mobile shed. That thing is fantastic. Needless to say, this thing was purchased for a purpose. However, it hasn't got a lot of use. I took it to one event, the C10 Shindig up in Kansas City. And it did okay, but it was slow. Under that hood is a 6.2 diesel. Nobody likes those things. I have no idea why. You know, great fuel economy. Not really, no. It didn't do very well on the fuel economy, although it is in rough shape. I managed to get it running. This is the only 6.2 diesel I have ever had that I've gotten running. But it runs. It smokes like a son of a gun until you get it out all warmed up. But once it gets to warming up, it drives pretty well. But behind that 6.2 diesel is a little bit of a problem. An SM465 transmission. That's a GM 4-speed transmission. It's the same transmission that the Wrecker has. And yeah, no, not good for the cruising in this thing. It's probably geared a little low in the rear, but it's a 6.2 diesel. Has no guts. None at all. Like, it takes massive effort to get up a hill. Like about 30 or 40 miles an hour on a highway. I-35 towards Kansas City, that is a hilly road when you get to a certain portion of it. It is up and down for very long stretches. It's a pain to drive. I promise you, you don't want to do that. I'll do it again, but you don't want to. Now right there is the 56 Chevy 4-door post car, not in bad shape. It's not a bad car. It's rough in certain places. As you can see, it hasn't gotten a lot of love lately. Unfortunately, it has problems with the front wheels and the front suspension. So I'm going to get this thing in the shop sooner, hopefully sooner, so I can do some work and we can take it on a road trip. Where would you take it if that was your car? Go ahead and put that down in the comments. Now let's carry on with the adventure. Now right there is my 69 Impala Custom. It is a fantastic piece of equipment. Look at that thing. It's also on flats. This is sitting on some of my spare dually wheels, which honestly, those ones hold air, so I should probably put it back on its wheels. But I'd love to get it all functional and back on the road. And it's also part of the project that I mentioned. I'm going to build a collection of 69 Chevy cars. Now there is a lovely Ford Thunderbird. Now, that there is a pretty nice car. I haven't done anything with it yet, except for moving around the yard. It is going to get some TLC, hopefully on the road and driving. Hi, kitty. Meow, meow. Hello. Hello. All right, I'm out here at the satellite location of the Empire of Rust, John's house, and we're going to go over some of his projects as well as mine. There he is. I found him.
Yeah, make sure you get all the dust.
Yeah, look at that. This is why nothing's clean around here.
This is the 57. You might remember that from a little short that we did where I was washing the inside of it, and I power washed everything. We put an engine and transmission in it, and we tried really hard to make it drive to our local car show. Waiting till the week of the car show to do the major work kind of proved fruitless, so to speak. So we didn't get everything done. There's only one set of brakes that works. We have no linkage for the transmission, so there's still a lot of work to be done. I did get this ordered. This is the only new part on the car. Everything else, engine and transmission included, is used. So there'll be a lot more to come on the 57 when it warms up, because I'm not a cold weather person. This one is my wife's 1971 Buick Skylark. She always wanted a Chevelle, and that's kind of out of our price range. So I kind of talked to her and I explained to her that this 71 Skylark is basically the same body style, just a few differences. Namely, this is a 4-door, but you know, a lot of guys like the old Grand Sports, and this might not be a Grand Sport, but she's still got a lot of style and she looks good. This is my wife's pride and joy. She's looking forward to driving it to go get groceries in. So there's going to be more to come on that. We were working on this at the Central Empire, but we didn't film anything. This is before we tried to film quite a bit of stuff. But this had no engine or engine in it, so I bought a motor off of Marketplace for $200 sight unseen, a Buick 350, and we ran through it, put some new bearings in it, sealed it up, busted a few things, had to wait on a timing chain cover and water pump, and there was a lot of accidents, we'll say that. But we got it running and driving, and this did 2 years ago drive all the way to the car show after being worked on the week leading up to the car show. There's a theme there, folks. Waiting until the week of, or working on the wrecker in January. We do that quite a bit.
We're going to have to work on the wrecker in January again. Yeah.
Now you might remember this little number from a cold start video that was on the channel, what, 1.5 years, 2 years ago at least? Well, there was some horse trading that went on, and it's now in my possession. And you might remember the live stream when we put the air conditioner in the back. And that's come in real handy. This is a straight 6, 3 on the tree. While it's fun to drive, I need a little more power and another gear. So it's going to get converted to a 350 with a 4-speed. And so that'll be featured at some point on the channel. Lately I've been shopping more for getting more chrome on this thing before I change the power plant. I'm also a big baby moon and beauty ring guy. I love them. I think all vehicles, old and new, should have baby moons and beauty rings. It just has that pop. Kind of like this truck has a pop.
It does pop, and that's my fault. Now it's his problem, not mine. We're gonna proceed with the rest of the Empire and continue the video. Whoop! 2024 has been a heck of a year, and yeah, that wrecker there, that thing hauled me through most of it. We did a whole lot of driving in that thing. I am planning to keep on hauling with that thing. That being said, I have a long list of other projects. This one here, that's a project that needs to be done. That's been floating around my fleet for almost 2 years now. Thank you to the long list of people that have supported me and helped me out through this whole YouTube adventure, and particularly in 2024. We have met some really fantastic people at the No Name National, and I'm all about hanging out with folks that love to do the same stuff. You want to play with old rusty, crusty junk like me? By golly, I'll be right there hanging out with you a whole daggum time. And I want to thank everyone that has watched my channel, liked, commented, subscribed, every bit of it. Thank you. Thank you for watching what I do. Now, here's to an excellent 2025. And I hope you guys have a happy new year. I thought I'd never do it. There's a Honda in the shop. And I hope that hangover isn't too bad.